Hey everyone, how is everyone doing by the way on this Monday night? Can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Uh, I forgot the camera, in my office, the USB camera, so I can't use my computer to do this podcast. So I'm using the old Google Pixel. I hope it works and it doesn't, shut down on me in the middle of the podcast because I didn't want to use the iPhone, because I use it for work and everything else. I take photos at construction sites, etc., right? So I didn't want to burn the whole storage. In any case, so how is everyone doing, on this rather cold Monday night, February 19th, 2024, right? I just took it easy tonight and cooked some food. I made some pasta with some drumsticks, chicken drumsticks, which really turned out to be good, not spicy, just like throw in there some garlic, chopped garlic, some onions and some, some turmeric and some like Greek seasoning and, and then you basically cook penne. Should I do like a cooking video? Nah, I don't know. I don't feel like doing a cooking video. Unless it's something special that I'm doing, right, as far as cooking, then I'll do a cooking video. I think other than that, I feel like the cooking videos, there's so many of them on YouTube that I feel like they're all overrated. Yeah, you'd say that, but it doesn't matter, about others who are doing it. If you like to do it, then do it. Maybe, but for now, hold on, let me just adjust the video here because it's just annoying to do this podcast on a phone, because I feel like I'm talking through like a tunnel, right? And I'm seeing myself in this rectangular tunnel, tunnel vision, is that what it is? Things aren't really getting warmer here, so I'm going to basically escape to Cape Town, South Africa. South Africa, I'm coming. So me and my wife have decided to spend some time down in the pristine Cape Town land of South Africa, which right now has summer. Or is it going into fall right now as we speak, right? Which is, if it's February here, right? Because it's far below equator. It's like Australia, right? If it's far below equator and the time difference is about 7 hours, just like in Europe, right? And from us here in the eastern part of United States, right, northeast. But it's way down the fuck south, on the other side of the equator. So if it's February here now, the equivalent of the weather down there would be what? August. There you go, August. It's like August down there. Like the August weather that you would have here, up here in August. All right, so there you go. So I'm looking forward to the weather, obviously, because we got snowed again. We got snowed up, snowed down, snowed out. I don't know, however you say it, it's just the goddamn snow, and it's still cold, But that's nature. It is what it is. I think maybe I'm just complaining too much. I don't know. I'm just getting old. I'm getting old. My bones are feeling it. My bones are feeling the cold. So what do you want me to say? I mean, oh, it's nice, it's okay, it's, well, it's just nature, so just go with the nature, enjoy the nature, enjoy the snow on the fucking trees and on the sidewalk and all that bullshit, right? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, if I was in my 20s, probably, I would say I don't give a fuck, you know? So I'm flying on Friday, and hopefully I'll do a podcast, from South Africa, maybe a couple of them, hopefully, sit on some pristine beach and just, I'll show you guys around and make you all feel jealous, especially all of you out here in Northeast, just imagine I'm doing a podcast on the beach in Cape Town, sipping like one of those, like beachy, like fruity drinks. Yeah, I'm good with beer, nothing else. And then you guys up here, snowed down again, under like 6 feet of snow, huh? Not 6 feet, but we got at least 8 inches, and here where I live, it's even worse because we are surrounded by water, we have like the canals in fucking, what is it, Italian city, Venice. It's like that. We're basically surrounded by water, all right? So we get more snow than the rest of like New York, New Jersey area, all right? But I'm out. Sorry, I'm out for at least 2-3 weeks, And I'm looking forward. Obviously, it has been a while, since I saw my wife last time in August, right? End of August. But we're gonna do some hiking because they have, Cape Town has hills as well as what do you call beach. I mean, I'm not a beach person, I don't know, maybe my wife is, I'm not sure, but let's see, right? So how is everyone doing? How was your weekend, huh? Anything exciting happened, huh? Oh yeah, so a friend of mine who said that he had some injury, these fucking injuries, man. Especially when you're old, and it just sucks, It just sucks that, not that, you brought that upon yourself, but just these fucking accidents happen, right? I'm not saying that he got into some sort of fucking, like a car accident or anything like that, but just like Northeast up here, this time of the year, man, this is not a great time of the year, It's just, especially if you are, it's just like, it's cold and it's kind of depressing, However you look at it, but, and if you're going out, right, and then even in these bars, you see people like sort of like cold and misery on their face, and it's just like just for some fucking reason, and I knew this, and that's why me and my wife are planning to actually leave earlier, spend some time, like a month, even starting in January, right? And so yeah, the cold up here is just long, and it's cold, and it's like, especially if you're old, and it just gets you, and I said, hey man, I'm sorry, just that it happened to you. It just sucks, man, just to anybody, it just fucking sucks. But I hope he's okay, and yeah, I mean, just I'm not saying that it also has to do completely with this Northeast and how depressing it is, but yeah, that's an element. That's a fucking element up here. But what else I was going to say? Oh yeah, I mean for my own, because when I came back from fucking Orlando, right, and then it was still cold, and a couple of times I went out to play pool, right, in these bars, and then I saw these like guys, older guys, just sitting there at the bar sleeping. It's like holy shit. And I'm like, is this what I'm going to be like? Like much much older than me. And I'm like, is this like? Am I seeing my future? Looking at these guys, a drink in front of them, right? And then just like snoozing off like this. Right? And I'm like, holy shit. But I was just playing pool, I'm like, I mean, I like playing pool, but I think that's just better than like fucking sitting at the fucking bar, especially these days, I mean, I don't go out anyways too much, but whenever I go, I try to do that, and just like that just kind of like makes me a little like excited, makes me a little excited that, I'm doing something other than just like, if I'm out with a friend, then that's a different story, right? And just going out these days is just also not good, no. Again, because of the weather. But in any case, I don't want to stretch my podcast over this topic. So all of you out there, have a great time. Just, it's just life, And where am I going with this? But in any case, so that's all I had to say. And I think I'm going to meet him tomorrow for a drink. I hope he's okay. And let's see, right? Let's see. What else is going on? Jesus Christ. I mean, the football is over, right? And I think somebody was saying something about basketball. What is it, like the All-Star? I mean, I'm not into basketball, Yesterday, actually, what we did, I remember, okay. Remember, I was talking about Apple Vision Pro, right? Apple Vision Pro, the problem is that, well, it's not a problem. I'm just saying that I went yesterday to a couple of Apple stores, right, in Manhattan, because we don't have any Apple stores out here in Jersey. I mean, not in Jersey, but Jersey City, right? Because I wanted to actually try those Apple Vision goggles, right? Goggles, is that what they're called? So yesterday I was on the phone with my wife, and I went to one on Prince Street, right? Apple store on Prince Street. And I'm like, okay, so, I'm talking to this associate, right? Apple, whatever, representative. Is that what you call them? Associate. But they told me, listen, man, we all booked because you need to get an appointment for this. I'm like, what? And then I said, listen, okay, so what is the next appointment available? And they told me, tomorrow, sir, which was today. And I'm like, nah, I can't, I'm not too fucking of a maniac to just, like book an appointment for today, because I have a lot of other shit to do before I leave for, Cape Town, right? But in any case, so I went there, and then, and then I said, all right, you know what, let me check out the one on Fifth Avenue, because Fifth Avenue is a bigger one, right? So I go there, and same thing, the next appointment available is 10 o'clock at night. Or what was that, like 10:30? I'm like, all right, give me the appointment. And then from there, I went to meet my brother-in-law and my sister. And then we went, you know what we did? My wife was like giving me a lot of shit, obviously. We went to a driving range out in Queens. And it was nice. They had, these stalls, right? Heated, from the ceiling. And first few balls and like few, hits and drives, right? It was a little tough because obviously it was cold, right? But then after that, when my blood started flowing, and I'm like, fuck this, let me do this. And then that was nice, actually, And at the end of the day, I mean, not at the end of the day, at the end of the driving range, right? Session, I felt so fucking tired. I felt like I had played like fucking 18 holes. You know what? Because you don't take a break. If you don't take a break at that driving range, and if you become a fucking maniac, which is what I became, right? Sort of, not really, but I liked it because I just wanted to hit some balls, drive with the driver, and then I took from my car. Actually, I drove to Long Island City. I parked it there, and then he drove. My brother-in-law, he has a nice Mini Coupe, and then we drove out there. So I took like the driver with me. I took the driver, the number 5 wood, and the number 4 iron, right? So the wood is the toughest one, right? Because you play on the fairway. There's no fucking tee, right? And I never taken any fucking lessons. When I hit, I have that fucking cricket swing, right? So does that mean that I have actually ended up with a bad swing? Maybe, I don't know. That's what my ex-boss told me. Hey man, you got to take some lessons, otherwise you're going to end up with a bad swing. I think that's what I have actually ended up with. I mean, I still hit. I can still hit, but that was nice, that was nice. And then we had dinner in Long Island City after, and then I came back. I didn't go to the Apple store because I'm like, I was so fucking tired, And the appointment was like 10:30, and I was already on my way back at 9 o'clock. I didn't want to go to the fucking Apple store and just wait there for an hour and a half, for my appointment to try the Apple Vision Pro. But Apple Vision Pro, I think I said that last time, right, on my podcast, that is good for entertainment. For someone like me who doesn't use Apple for work, because all my computers are PCs, right? I can't use Apple for anything unless I can do like a fucking partition, right? And I don't think I can use those Vision Pro, do a partition using Boot Camp. Remember that? Get a Mac and do that, and then maybe I can use it. I don't know, but I don't think it works with Windows platform, to be honest with you. But it's good for entertainment, but I'm not going to buy it now. It's too fucking expensive, and I don't have money. How about that? Huh? But, I was actually joking around with some like fucking 18, 19-year-old kids who just walked in there, right? These guys, and at the Apple store, they were like, this is the Vision Pro. Oh my God, this is the Vision Pro. And oh shit, so we have to get an appointment. So I was joking with them. Hey guys, listen, when do you think the price of this device is gonna go to like half? And they were like, never. I'm like, just watch. Listen, 6 months, the price is gonna go down to like half, which is like $1,700, right? And they were laughing, and then I left. But in any case, so I don't have any time this week, and then I'm flying on Friday. All right, so I don't think I can do that. Maybe in like fucking South Africa. I'm pretty sure they have Cape Town. I'm pretty sure they have stores, right? Apple has stores all over the fucking world, right? Except in these like dilapidated third world countries, right? South Africa is a developing country. I think developing, right? so-called. So in any case, you'll see me, I have to actually trim my beard. My wife was like, "Oh, you gotta come here with your beard. Make sure you trim your beard." I'm like, "Okay, if I have time, I will do it. If I don't, then you'll see me in this beard." In any case, how is life? Huh? How is life? Life just doesn't stop. It just goes on. No matter what you do, or if you don't do anything either. Either way, time goes forward. Time never flows backward, right? What else? So this is also the fucking tax season, right? So apparently my accountant, for some fucking reason, I don't know what happened, because he told me that he had actually filed the 2022 taxes. I had the email, without getting into fucking details, but somehow something got lost in translation and my fucking 2022 personal taxes never got to IRS. But good thing is that he had just refiled them, and then I'm looking forward to getting some money back, right? Refund. And then obviously I had to file the 2023 taxes, right? Or do an extension. I think we're going to ask for an extension until October, right? And then we're going to file that, because I know I still have time. April 15th is the deadline, right? And then I also have to file my company taxes. It's not easy. At the same time, I think it kind of makes you independent if you're running your own business, right? But then, there's just so many things you have to take care of, not only, working on fucking blueprints, but, accounting, taxes, W2s and W3s and W300s and whatever the fuck it is, right? And why am I complaining about this now? I don't know. 2022, I remember I was talking to my ex-colleagues, right? I'm like, and then that was right, like after, it was like right after pandemic. And then I got sick and tired of not getting enough, work and no money coming in. I got lucky. I got some loan from the government. That's how I survived, Not a lot of companies actually were able to do that, and they went under, I heard. Engineers and architects, that sucks. Not only engineers and architects, I think restaurants and all those other, businesses, they also went under, Well, I hope, nothing like that happens again. Because that was just like crippling of the whole fucking planet, right? Planetary scale. In any case, let's not talk about depressing things, because that just gives me fucking PTSD when I think about COVID, right? And I'm pretty sure you all feel that way. I shouldn't say that you all feel like you're having PTSD. I hope not. But let's talk about something positive. Like what? I don't know. I feel like somehow I'm hearing an inner voice. What do you mean hearing an inner voice? Like you're losing your mind? No, I just feel like, and without sounding like cheesy and like fucking sort of like dorky and whatever, right? I just feel this connection, somehow this connection to this, like this life beyond life, Life beyond life. So that sounds like afterlife. No, not afterlife. I'm not talking about that. But we don't fucking know what happens, right? And I think I said this. Scenarios. But I'm talking about like the life within life, right? and I'm not even talking about like other realms and other like dimensions. I'm just talking about the universe is vast. Yeah, we know that, sir. The universe is actually, composed of these, atoms and molecules and helium and hydrogen and matter and, light and, darkness. I somehow feel that everything is just connected. Everything is fucking connected. Am I gonna sound like one of those like Ram Dass type white guys who actually became Ram Dass after they, flew the tyranny of like Harvard and MIT after they took LSD? I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm not that. And I hope I don't sound like that. I mean, I'm not nothing against what they were doing. They went to basically embrace the Eastern philosophy, right? Buddhism and all that. I mean, I can imagine 60s and 70s, like, these schools, and it was just like sort of like a regimented sort of like, colleges and all that, right? But I think for most part, I'm a rational thinking person, and I don't believe in woo woo and and just like belief without experience. I don't. But sometimes I feel like I need to just like somehow connect through the interstellar, intergalactical, neuropathic ways of telepathy. Shit, did I make any fucking sense? I don't think so. But somehow, I think we are all the universe is somehow connected, because the matter, I think, the matter emanates. Didn't I say that last time, that the matter emanates from like really nothing, to be honest with you. So what's that nothingness? I think that's what it connects everything, And what has that to do with your life, sir? I don't know. I mean, I'm just asking like these bigger questions in life, Bigger questions as in like, are we basically just, this flesh and blood and yeah, I get it, like we became this. Like if you're looking at me, my body, or look at your own body, other human beings, or even other animals, right? We basically came from basic chemistry, billions of years ago, and then the universe basically made us, and so to where we are, where we can think, and where we can think to a point where we understand where we are, what it means to be where we are. We even have, astronomy of, like a map laid out of the astronomy of our surrounding, interstellar, bodies, right? Planets and stars and whatnot, right? But the bigger picture, I think, is that this existential question of what it all means, in a holistic way. What the fuck it all means? What is this? What is this? Where am I? So those are the questions, and the answers to those questions, I don't think anybody has any answers, to be honest with you. Maybe psychedelics give us that answer. I don't know. And I'm not in a position, in a place of time, or time in a place to go that route and become a shaman or something like that, right? No. For that, I have to be retired, and maybe then I'll just like, stop drinking and fucking these beers, and just like, I'll just pursue some other path, right? To eternity. No. I have no idea. I'm just throwing all this out there, all right? I'm not questioning. I'm not providing answers. I'm not making any judgments whatsoever, all right? But obviously, I think there's more to this reality than what we see, what we feel, right? And who knows? Who the fuck knows, to be honest with you. So let's just stick to this world, sir. So for a second, sorry, in my mind, I just sort of stepped out of this reality, and I was trying to see if there's something else out there, all right? It doesn't work that way for some reason. I think you have to do a lot of, yoga and all that. I have no freaking idea. Or the Western philosophy of, what is it called? Annihilation, self-annihilation, and then the love and the romanticism in whatever the hell it is, right? But even for that, I think you have to basically somehow, what do you call, what is that term that the Persian poets like Rumi uses, to kindle. To kindle the light or the flame, you have to somehow have some sort of a match, right? Or some sort of a fucking flame, right? The kindle of the flame of love. Is that what it is? I have a fucking idea. I don't know. Isn't that like the bliss, the nirvana and all that, right? I don't know. If I go into, for example, talking about, or even, for example, finding out what it means, because a lot of people will say, in order for you to achieve nirvana, the bliss, right? Oh, you have to basically reborn. You have to be reborn for like at least 10 times. Is that 12 times or 10 times or 15 times? I have no fucking idea. But I don't believe in that. Maybe I have no fucking idea, because we are just, it's for our human mind to understand that if in fact, if that's what happens, let's say that we die and then we come back. So does that mean that, is this my third time, or fourth time, sixth time, eighth time? I have no fucking idea. How am I supposed to know? I was born here through my parents, right? In the mountains. So that point is kind of mute. That's just a belief, I think. Nobody can prove anything. But then, and then if you go into this, Western reductionist mind, whatever, or even Eastern reductionist mind of like, okay, listen, man, why don't we just make your life simple? Okay, you were born here on this fucking planet, to these parents, and, these are your siblings, and, these are your friends, and this is the reality, all right? You're not here. You haven't come back, in a recycle, through a recycle bin, all right? And then, coming through a fucking assembly line, right, after the recycle bin. And then you got in front of the line, assembly line, and then you were basically pushed into this. That's how you were born here. I have no fucking idea. That's the simplistic version of visualization of what that looks like, right? Through the means of, describing it in a human language, right? Now, if there is another reality, I'm not talking about, for example, okay, if we are not alone, if they are more advanced civilizations, so obviously they are also in this realm, right? Unless they have discovered some other fucking means, some sort of a machine, or a red pill or a fucking blue pill from like Matrix, the movie, right? And then that's a different story. That they are in some other dimension, they've discovered it through that mean, right? They found a channel or something, right? If they haven't, then they are in the same realm as we are, right? Three-dimensional space and time, right? So that means that we actually, we are somehow trapped in this reality. Is that what it is? No. We're not trapped in this reality, but what I'm saying is that this is the reality we know, and this is life. Yeah, I mean, where am I going with all this? I don't know. I think this is the most existential question of all times for, I think, everyone, And again, there's no answer to it. I don't think so. Unless you become like somebody like Rumi or one of those other Western philosophers, or even Buddha, I think, on the east side, right? East side. West side, east side. Wasn't he actually trying to find the reality? I think he had both, like the wealthy upbringing, being a prince, and then he saw the fucking suffering of people. It's like, fuck this. I'm just gonna try to find something, find some other meaning in life, right? I think, wasn't that what he was trying to do? I don't know. I mean, I haven't read Buddha or any of these other prophets, so-called, right? I don't know. That's a tall order of things, and I don't want to get into that. You know why? Because there's a lot of like, I don't know. I mean, religion is just something that, is just, I don't know. I have no fucking idea. But I think I believe in the universe because it's here, and I think I sort of agree with Joe Rogan. I don't want to put, his words into my mouth, that the universe is, I think, it's so vast, and if you think that is just some sort of a thing just happened, based on what, like Einstein's whatever, Big Bang, and who the fuck knows? And not even Big Bang isn't even believed anymore by the scientists, right? It could be that this universe is what it is, and it was as it is, and it will ever be as it is. I sort of follow, I think, in my mind, that's, philosophy, right? Genre of, like, from my own understanding, that genre of thinking, right? That it is what it is, all right? But if you want to find more meaning in life, you got to study more, because obviously, there are people who have written books and who have written fucking on long lengths of, you want to, I mean, I don't know, maybe they had experiences, inner regions, whatever you call them, right? I never had any, and I don't think I would ever have any, because I don't know. My thoughts are just too, what do you call, too wrapped up in day-to-day life and worries and fears and, just like fucking, worries. Oh, am I going to be able to get up at like 9 o'clock? I'm not saying that I don't, but I'm saying, these, just like the fucking, it all boils down to the fucking, day-to-day survival fucking, instincts of our survival instincts. What am I going to do for food tomorrow? It's not like we, and I should be more humble. I think that's what it is. I should be more humble because I don't have to worry about food or or heat or water, or I can take a shower. I have a nice place to live, right? Yeah, I worked on it. I worked on it. I still work hard, and many of you, I'm pretty sure you feel that way. But it's just that, yeah, because sometimes I just fall into this hole of, right, like, where I am is, yeah, I should have been like maybe 10 years ago, right? But then should have, would have, could have, all these things have no fucking meaning when you are just in this moment, right? So where you are now, and then you plan the best for your future, and that's what it is, right? And speaking of which, I got a lot of work, and I need some solid, like team, and it's just hard to find because, first of all, if you want to, like, get, experienced engineers, then you have to pay them a lot of money, and it's not, that's how it's not cheap, and then that's how I lost almost all my interns that I basically just trained them, right, for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, and then they go on to work for companies like Pratt and Whitney and like Tesla, and it's just kind of depressing. It makes me depressed that I can't offer them that much money that some company like Tesla would offer them with all the benefits and everything, right? Because I'm a small potato. I'm one of the smallest fish in the pond, right? Compared to like Tesla or you know Pratt and Whitney, or these big companies, right? So I don't know. But I'm just hoping that if I can, be a little more stable financially in terms of my own company, right? Then yeah, uh, I'll have to basically bring in, you know, not only interns. Maybe I'll hire like a permanent engineer. Well, I'll see. I don't want to get. I don't want too much in. I don't want to too much go into details. And then here I am, right? Like 1 minute ago, I was talking about the philosophy of the fucking universe and the greater meaning, right? Bigger picture. And here I am now talking about survival instincts, right? Yeah, I think I should be more humble and not look up but look down. At the same time, we live in one of the richest countries, and if there's opportunity, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm an opportunist, but I mean, if you, without hurting anyone or without like, pushing anyone aside, if you can expand your business, or if you can basically work harder, and expand your, whatever expertise, or your trades of what you're good at, and why the fuck not? I mean, this is where the opportunities are. This is the biggest country that offers those opportunities for people who work hard and they want to basically make a good living for themselves and for their loved ones, right? I'm not saying that. Yeah, sometimes I feel like there's less quality of life when you think along those lines, right? Because then your focus basically is on just work, 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 and and again, I have to say this all the time. Then if there's no balance, and this is the biggest dilemma I think in a country like America, and because I don't know any other countries. I've been here for 22 years. This is my home, you know. Yeah, Pakistan. I spent there, but that's like that's like a really really developing country, and there was no balance of yeah, there's a lot of family life and all that, but then that also goes against your own individual life. So it's got to be balanced, Yeah, it's good, and then in here is the opposite. It's like the mirror, not the mirror. It's like the other end of the spectrum, right? Where your life is just individualistic, and then you don't have a lot of family time, or maybe you can go out with a friend, and then just not worry about work, and then you work when you when you are in the office, or work hours, whatever, right? Work weeks. But see, the balance of life, that's extremely important. Yeah, I get it. And we were talking about this yesterday with my brother-in-law and my sister, and yeah, there are some other countries, in, let's say, for example, in Europe, they have a little better quality of life. But then I don't think I'll be able to survive there, because it's just their whole setup, and it just, even from state to state here, it's different. Although up here, it just we are just paying a lot of taxes, and just the state taxes, and I don't know where the hell that money goes, to be honest with you. Whatever it is, but. And quality of life up here is not as good as, for example, like even a state like Orlando, right? I mean, Florida, where things are a little more laid back, Although I don't want to be there in fucking summer. It's like July. It's like fucking, humidity, and it's like, oh my freaking god, sweating. But balance of life. I mean, I always have to say this again without repeating myself. I guess I'm repeating myself, right? The balance of life, yes. How do you achieve that, sir? Okay, so if you want me to give you my example, I don't have that balance. I really never had that balance. Like, for example, my relationships were never there. Or I wasn't really in a relationship there. I think that was a big thing for me. And then the whole visa situation was also, a few years back. And then the fucking pandemic happened. Even before that, I was basically just living by myself, And if you don't have that, like, work, your love life balance, and then, you spend time with your friends, and then, you play some sports, right? And then, and then in family time, all these things, I think they actually give you a balanced life. And it's unfortunate up here in Northeast, to be honest with you, it's just like finding a relationship is not easy. And I'm lucky, actually, to be honest with you, and that should also make me humble sometimes, although I get depressed that why is my wife not here? This is her home. This is our home, and she's still not here, and that just makes me depressed. And especially through the what do you call the holiday times, I really got depressed. Holidays, when you are with your family, right? You want to be with your family, and I was just like thinking about, why is not my wife not here, right, etc., etc. And it just, And then, I mean, that's the reality of life, That's the reality of life, and I just I just have to be more patient. And yeah, that I mean, okay. What the hell I was talking about? All right, so I was talking about like the balance of life, right? I never had that, and again, up here, Northeast is just not easy. Relationships are not easy. Like New York is like the crucible. If you are successful here, finding a relationship, you are successful anywhere on this planet. All right, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever, right? Not whatever, but what you get my point, right? I don't want to go into like that whole like gender discussion. I don't know how many genders we have, like 1,000, gazillion, so-called, right? But I know this because I've been through this, and yes, I'm lucky now that I found my wife through family, and we come from the same town, and she grew up in the same town. I grew up in the same town. It's just that it's different times, but that makes life easier. And yes, I'm lucky, and I should be more humble. But it's not easy for other people. It's not easy because I think the biggest problem up here is the expectation, and people just don't compromise a lot, because I feel like, you should be able to, like, find somebody who has some qualities that you want in them, right? And then that's, yes, that's definitely, I'm not saying that should be, for there should be like the choice for whatever preferences. But I'm saying, well, you have to compromise on some other things, right? I'm not starting a fucking dating, advice at the end of my podcast. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of competition here. There's a lot of competition here, and people just expect a lot of things from other people, right? Especially if you're single and she's single, or he's single, and you are basically looking for some boyfriend or something long term. Now that you are not in your 20s or even in your early 30s, right? So this game just keeps going on and on and on and on, and just like, and that's why I think nowadays, especially, the dating websites are phenomenal. Well, they've been phenomenal since like fucking the dawn of the internet, right? But what I'm saying is that the whole thing has, I think, come down to, it's just better to find somebody online. You know why? Because it's just safer also, because who you don't know. I'm not talking about that they're gonna fucking, do something stupid. But what I'm saying is that because you can look at their profile, although I was never a fan of fucking like online dating, to be honest with you. I've done that just for other, whatever. I don't want to get into that, but it's just tough. And then, because like in a place like New York, we have a lot of people, right? So men and women, right? They basically think that, what, we have more choices here, so why do I have to go with this guy or with this lady, or and the world is open. And then you realize, oh shit, I'm already like 40, and what am I doing now? Or 45, whatever. In my case, it was even fucking whatever, right? You get my point. So it's just tough up here. It's like a fucking crucible of dating, and especially these days, like, this is like the fucking, sort of like depressing cold, sort of time of the year, right? up here. And good luck, all you single people out there. It's just like, I don't know, if I were single, what would I do if I were single? I don't know. I have no fucking idea. But, I'm just saying. I'm just babbling. I'm just talking, And, it's just true. Maybe I'm exaggerating the whole thing. I have no idea. Maybe because of my own experience for all these years, right? But it's just not easy, man. Just not fucking easy. Everybody has these expectations. It's like compromise. Compromise to an extent. That I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I don't want to sound like a fucking dating advisor when I don't have a lot of experience. I do have experience, but at the same time, just that's the truth about Northeast. It's like you have to be like extremely good-looking woman or good-looking tall guy with charisma and whatever, right? Otherwise, you're fucked. Is that what it is? Well, in a place like New York, yeah, especially, So there you go. That's it. So bring your fucking expectations down a little bit, and then you'll be fine, I think. All right. With that said, I'm not sure how am I supposed to actually transfer this video from this pixel to the computer and upload. I think I can upload directly, right, to YouTube. I hope so. So, anything else I want to say before I sign off? The only thing I would say is that what the hell am I watching these days? I have no fucking idea. I don't have a lot of time, before I leave for Cape Town. So I just watch whatever. I've been watching Hollow, the new science fiction show on Amazon. And then The Person of Interest, the old show. Any new movies I've seen? Oh, so this is what happened, right? Yesterday, right? After the, was it yesterday or the day before? Oh, Saturday, right? Saturday. So Saturday, I had to go to a construction site, and somehow things didn't go well because I was supposed, somebody was supposed to meet me there, and they were not there, and it just, I don't want to get into too much details, and they were not there, and then just like I waited there for like more than half an hour, and just like fucking, it became like a weird thing because they called me after, hey, where are you? We were waiting for you. I'm like, yeah, I was outside. You didn't see me, nobody contacted me. But in any case, so after that, I actually, I went to an engagement party for one of the guys from Mountains. He got engaged. Congratulations to him. But I had some time between that and in the party, right? So I went to see a movie in Union Square, right? Union Square, and I'm like, I was telling my wife, listen, I have a little bit of time, so maybe I should just go watch a movie. And I was a little tired too. I'm like, maybe I can just sit in a fucking seat, even if the movie is what I like to watch. And then I was watching this movie. It's called Out of Darkness. Right? I came across this movie, Out of Darkness, and I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? Check it out. Out of Darkness movie. So Out of Darkness movie, is it based on science fiction? But it's one of those fucking really depressing movies, right? It's a 2022 movie. It's a 2022 British adventure horror thriller. I fucking hate horror movies, Film directed by Andrew Cummings, and it's feature-length debut starring Sophia Oakley-Green and Chuku Madhu. The film was nominated for 5 awards at the 2023 British Independent Film Awards, right? So basically, it's about, I thought my take on this was that I thought that this was when human beings moved from like the Middle East, right? Middle East up north towards Europe, right? Many thousand years ago, many thousand moons ago. And I thought, not that I believe, obviously this is science fiction, right? that they encountered Neanderthals. When the humans went up there, they encountered Neanderthals, and I think that's what this movie is about. I didn't finish it because, oh yeah, this is about. Then they witnessed the creature killing. No, and only discovered it's a female Neanderthal. So I think this movie is based on when the humans from Middle East, they went up towards Europe, and then they encountered, especially like north. You go north of what is it, Greece, and then you go into the fucking hinterland of coldness and whatever not, right? And that's then they found out that fucking Neanderthals were already there, right? Didn't they then kill all the fucking Neanderthals? But I don't know much history about Neanderthals, and then the encounter, or the humans encountered Neanderthals. But I heard that again. I think I'm gonna finish this movie. But can I watch this movie? I don't know. Fucking, I mean, on Amazon, maybe I can, maybe not. But the idea is that when the humans actually moved up north, and they encountered Neanderthals, right? And somehow they got, I mean, didn't they have sex with Neanderthals and all that? And that's how it became like a hybrid species. I had no fucking idea. Because again, I didn't finish this movie, so that was interesting, interesting fucking movie. Sort of like weird, and sort of depressing, but the sound and the graphics were, the way that it has been filmed is amazing, fucking amazing. Check it out, Outer Darkness. All right. So with that said, I'm gonna sign off. I'll see you all next time from South Africa, Cape Town.